This is Sudden Impact. Hello, Sudden Impact fans, and welcome to another episode. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be talking about what TNA wrestling can do to capitalize on the momentum and all of the goodwill that has been built up, especially coming out of Bound for Glory. So you may remember that I did a similar video like this one after the Slammiversary pay-per-view. So it's going to be along the lines of that. There's a lot of things that TNA are doing already or haven't or plan to do that are going to be on this list. But there are also some things that TNA aren't doing that I think they should do that could really propel them into being one of the major companies in the North American scene again. So without further ado, let's get started. So as I mentioned in the previous video that I did after the Slammiversary pay-per-view, TNA have been on a roll since basically the rebrand at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view at the start of the year, where the company went back to the TNA branding and all of. So namely at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view, they actually re-signed or re-inked their partnership with AAA down in Mexico. And they also signed in a partnership with WWE NXT. And that partnership, while it has been that NXT partnership, while it has been good for them in terms of boosting the crowds and getting TNA wrestlers featured on NXT programming, TNA has sent most of their big name stars over to NXT, like Jordan Grace, Hammerstone, and many other stars, whereas the NXT stars that have been sent to TNA have been stars that haven't been really featured or highly featured in NXT programming. Still, nonetheless, the partnership is going strong. I mean, on the most recent episode, we saw a match between Rosemary and Wendy Chu in a no DQ match. I'm interested in seeing how that feud winds up, because they were teaming together until the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, where those two lost, and Rosemary turned on Wendy Chu, and which set up that the match that we saw last Thursday. So to continue the partnerships, basically, is that they've got going on, and also agree to a new partnership or re-ink the partnership with New Japan, and as well as signing a partnership with one of the British promotions and possibly the Australian promotions as well, just to capitalize on both of those markets. It has been mentioned previously that Impact are looking for a new network to get on to, as well as an over-the-top streaming service as well. Now, I've done several videos on this, and you can see one of the videos that I've done when you click on the link that's appearing now in the video. I give my thoughts on all of the which ones they should go with for that distribution deal and broadcast deal in the US as well. I would also like to see TNA do more pay-per-view events and like going back to the TNA, the original TNA pay-per-view events titles. I know that they've got a pay-per-view in January, Genesis, which is a fantastic way to bring back the one of the TNA pay-per-views that was an original TNA pay-per-view, but also increasing the number of pay-per-views to like 6 and 8 pay-per-views a year. Now, of course, also I know that TNA are doing this more. Having those pay-per-views in slightly bigger arenas. I know that in the Genesis pay-per-view that's coming up in January, it'll be taking place in the Curtis Culwell Center in Dallas, Texas, and that's got a larger capacity than TNA has had for a while. So that would be the largest venue that they've actually been in, like since like the Hogan Bischoff era, and that is a great idea to actually run those medium-sized arenas as well. This one is also going to be something that they're already starting to do, and that is running more live editions of Impact. Now, I'm not saying that they should be running having live impacts like every single week or every single set of tapings they do. At the moment, just the impact, the first impact after a pay-per-view is good enough to have a live edition of Impact, and it doesn't even need to be at the same place where the pay-per-view took place. I mean, it can be, but for the moment, so that's what they should be doing more often for each pay-per-view as well. So have a pay-per-view in a medium-sized venue in one place, and then have a live Impact in a slightly smaller venue in a nearby place or city. Also, Anthem increasing the budget to TNA, so that they can actually be competitive in signing wrestlers, and that the wrestlers don't just wind up in either WWE or AEW, because those are the two companies with the most money in North America. So, I mean, yeah, because TNA has got a lot of their top stars who are actually have contracts expiring early next year, and hopefully Anthem get onto it and actually realize that hey, okay, we need to increase TNA's budget so they can actually sign or re-sign some of these stars that we've spent time and money turning into big stars in TNA, and if we don't do something about it, we can they'll just that it seems that they're going to go to our competitors, and you want they don't want that to happen, basically. And the only way to make sure that doesn't happen is increase TNA's budget. So those are some of the ideas I have that TNA can implement to capitalize on the momentum that they've got coming out of Bound for Glory and going into 2025. And so let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And until next time, I'm John, and this has been Sudden Impact.